Your 2026 car can shut itself off while you are driving, not because it broke down, not because you ran out of gas, because a camera inside your own vehicle decided you looked impaired. And right now, in March 2026, there is no law that tells you how to turn it back on. No reset button, no override code, no appeals process. You are just stranded on the side of the road while an algorithm holds your $60,000 vehicle hostage. This is not a warning about the future. This is the present. And the mechanics who have spent 30 years keeping your vehicles running are pulling their most loyal customers aside and saying the same thing quietly. Do not buy a 2026. In the next 30 seconds, you're going to hear something that has not been covered anywhere else on this topic. GM made $11.3 billion in 2024, not from selling new trucks, from people who already bought their trucks and had nowhere else to go for repairs. Ford's connected software and services revenue hit $3 billion in 2025, up 42% in just 2 years. Not from building better vehicles, from locking features inside vehicles you already own and charging you a monthly fee to access them. Toyota's connected services division is now one of the fastest growing revenue lines in their entire company. These are not technology companies finding new ways to serve you. These are vehicle manufacturers who figured out that the most profitable customer they will ever have is someone who already bought the car and has no way out. That money trail is what this video is about. And once you see it clearly, everything the mechanics are warning you about makes complete sense. Here is what the dealers are not going to tell you when you walk onto that lot. In 2021, buried inside a 1,100-page bill called the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, the one most people know for roads and bridges, was Section 24,220. That section mandates that every single new vehicle sold in America, starting in 2026, must include technology that passively monitors your driving and can prevent your engine from operating if it determines you are impaired. Cameras watching your eyes, sensors analyzing your steering, breath detection systems sampling the air inside your own car. In January 2026, Representative Thomas Massie of Kentucky stood on the House floor and tried to defund it. He read the actual law out loud and asked one specific question nobody could answer. When this system flags a sober driver as impaired and the car refuses to start on a dark highway at midnight, what is the protocol to get moving again? The law has no answer. NHTSA has not published one, and 268 members of Congress voted to keep it anyway. That mandate is now being built into every 2026 vehicle rolling off the line. And that kill switch is actually the least of your problems. Because while Congress was voting on your ignition, manufacturers were running a completely separate play that has already started taking money out of your pocket right now. BMW built heated seats into your vehicle. The physical heating elements are sewn into the cushion you are sitting on. The wiring is inside the door panel. You financed every single component of it at 7% interest over 84 months. And then BMW sent a bill for $18 a month to turn them on. They called it Connected Drive. The backlash was so severe they backed off the heated seats specifically. But here is what they did not back off on. Remote start. The 360 camera physically mounted in your bumper. Adaptive M suspension, high beam assist, all still locked behind monthly fees, all still sitting inside your car, all still requiring an ongoing payment to a manufacturer long after you paid off the vehicle itself. Toyota is charging monthly for the navigation screen built into their own dashboard. Ford announced in early 2026 that it is charging Mustang owners to unlock the front trunk, a physical piece of metal that is part of the vehicle they already purchased. That is not a software service. That is your own car being held from you until you pay a ransom you never agreed to at the point of sale. I need you to really picture what is happening here, because it sounds abstract until you put it in real terms. You walk into a dealership, you spend $60,000 on a truck, you sign the paperwork, you drive it home. 12 months later, your phone buzzes with a notification saying your remote start trial has ended. If you want to start your own vehicle from inside your own home, you now owe $9 a month. Indefinitely. The button is there. The hardware is there. The wiring is there. You paid for all of it. You are paying interest on all of it right now. And the manufacturer has decided that actually using it costs extra. This is not a car anymore. This is a subscription platform that comes with 4 wheels and a loan. And the mechanics who watch this transition happen one model year at a time are not just frustrated. They are telling people they have known for decades. Hold off. Do not buy a 2026, because here is what is happening to your repair options at the exact same moment all of this is going on. Right now, 273,000 independent repair shops are fighting to survive across America. Not because business is slow, because manufacturers are systematically locking them out of the vehicles they used to fix without any issue at all. A February 2026 report by Right to Repair advocates confirmed that manufacturers are restricting independent shops from accessing the wireless diagnostic data that modern vehicles generate in real time. What that means in plain language is this: your neighborhood mechanic, the one who has been taking care of your family's vehicles for 20 years and charges you an honest rate, cannot read a warning light on your 2026 truck without paying the manufacturer thousands of dollars a year for certified diagnostic software access. If he cannot afford that subscription, and a huge number of independent shops cannot, he turns you away at the door, and you drive to the dealership, where the labor rate is $142 an hour minimum, where a brake job that cost you $300 at your local shop 3 years ago now runs $800. Where every single visit starts with a software diagnostic fee before they touch a single bolt. The manufacturer did not just sell you a vehicle, they sold you a lifetime subscription to their own service department, and they engineered the vehicle to make sure you have no alternative. The data layer on top of all of this is where the anger should be at its absolute highest. Every connected vehicle built since 2020 is continuously transmitting your precise GPS location, your speed, your braking behavior, your acceleration patterns, and in vehicles with driver monitoring systems, your eye movements and facial expressions, to manufacturer servers every single time you drive. Insurance companies are already purchasing access to this data through direct manufacturer partnerships. Progressive, Allstate, and State Farm all operate usage-based programs that offer lower premiums in exchange for behavioral monitoring. What they do not put in the commercial is that the same profile they build to give you a discount can be used to deny a claim after an accident, justify a rate increase after a single bad commute, or be subpoenaed against you in a legal dispute. You authorized all of this in a terms of service document that was 47 pages long and written entirely by lawyers who work for the manufacturer. Your mechanic has never seen that data. Your insurance company already has. So pull all 4 pieces together and look at what you are actually buying in 2026. A vehicle that an algorithm can disable based on how a camera interprets your eyes. Hardware inside that vehicle locked behind monthly subscription fees you were never told about at the dealership. A diagnostic architecture that has pushed routine repairs out of independent shops and into dealer service departments charging 3 times the rate. And a continuous data feed of your behavior going to manufacturers and insurers who have every financial incentive to monetize it and none to protect it. Not one of those 4 things was disclosed to you on the day you signed. Not one of them appeared in the window sticker. Every single one of them is now standard in 2026 production vehicles. And every single one of them generates revenue for someone other than you. Your father bought a truck, and it was completely his on the day he drove it home, and completely his on the day he sold it 20 years later. His mechanic never needed a software license to bleed the brakes. No camera watched his eyes on the way to work. No algorithm decided whether he was allowed to start it on a cold January morning. The truck served him. He controlled it. He owned it the way you own a hammer. Because he bought it, it was his, and nobody could take that away. That relationship between an American and his vehicle is what mechanics have spent their entire careers supporting. They are not warning you because they are dramatic. They are warning you because they are the only people in this industry who do not make more money when you lose control of your own vehicle. Here is what you do right now. 5 concrete moves. First, before you sign anything on a 2026 model, ask the finance manager to show you in writing which features require an active subscription after the trial period and what happens to vehicle functionality if you cancel. Put it in writing or walk away. Second, look hard at certified pre-owned 2023 and 2024 models. You get a modern vehicle, remaining factory warranty, and you avoid the full connected architecture rollout that is now standard on 2026 builds. Third, if you own a pre-2020 vehicle in solid mechanical shape, do not be in a hurry to replace it. A vehicle that predates the subscription and diagnostic lockout architecture is not just a car. It is full ownership in a market where full ownership is becoming increasingly hard to find. Fourth, go to regulations.gov and search docket number N, HTSA-2, 022-0079. That is the federal docket for the kill switch mandate. Your comment is part of the official public record. It counts. Fifth, ask your House representatives specifically where they stand on H.R. 906, the Repair Act. It would require manufacturers to give independent shops identical diagnostic access to what dealer networks receive. 70% of post-warranty repairs in America still go to independent shops. That law protects your ability to choose where your vehicle gets fixed. The window for buying a vehicle you completely own, not license, not subscribe to, not access on the manufacturer's terms, is getting narrower every single model year. It is not closed yet. What is still completely within your control is the decision you make the next time you walk onto a lot. Go in knowing what you are actually buying. Because the moment that signature is on the contract, every subscription term, every data collection agreement, every algorithm monitoring your face on the way to work becomes your reality and not theirs. I am the Insider Advocate. Drop in the comments the first time an over-the-air update changed or locked something in your vehicle after you bought it. Let the network see in real time exactly how far this has already gone. And hit subscribe, because the next video names the specific manufacturers who are leading this and the ones who are actually resisting it. You need that list before you buy.